Alexa, how many tablespoons are in 3/4 cup?
3/4 cups is 12 tablespoons.
Alexa, how about you get some updates with new features and send a text or something? Oh, you do that now. Okay. Yes, a while back I reviewed the Amazon Echo, and whilst I did have a great time with it, it felt a little lacking in areas, which was somewhat mitigated by the promise of future updates. Well, such things have happened, the biggest and newest feature to the Echo being that it can now send text messages from Android phones. The Echo, or Alexa, has been able to make phone calls for quite a while now, but texting has been a desired feature for even longer, for me at least. After ensuring that the option is enabled in the app, that might sound obvious, but I've fallen into that trap myself, you're good to go. As straightforward as saying, Alexa, send a text message. You can just talk out what you want to say, pick your contact, and there we go. And fortunately, I found that the Echo has surprisingly good voice recognition, even taking things like accents or my own nasal mumbling into account, so the process should be a smooth one. Sending a text via this thing isn't a massive feature the more I think about it, which makes it more frustrating that such things weren't available at launch. I found my use of the Echo dwindling over the course of a couple of weeks, but I still used it persistently. When it was gone, I did feel like a useful part of my life had been removed. It integrated that much into my daily life. But now I'm wondering how I ever managed without a texting feature. Nonetheless, it's great to see better models with updated features and more usability being released. I specified earlier that Alexa's texting feature was only available to Android phones, so iPhone users are missing out there. Though that's not a surprise when you consider the HomePod.
Hey Siri, play my favorites.
Apple's own version of these speaker, home, connector, AI, pleasant voiced information tool. What's the official name of these things? Smart speaker? Okay, that feels like we're underselling it a bit. Smart speaker, Apple's own smart speaker. The HomePod releases next month, so we can discuss it a bit more in the next video. One thing worth noting, however, is that as with any Apple product, you are locked down to the HomePod. It will only work with an iPhone, as you'd expect. That means, though, that if ever you were to make the switch to Android, then your new expensive HomePod won't be compatible, rendering it almost useless. So it's worth bearing that in mind. It does require a commitment. Next month, as I said, we will look at the device in more detail, in addition to the Eve V, which is a crowdsourced competitor to the Microsoft Surface line.